wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, y'all. How y'all feeling? A lot happening. Right?
Peace, Morgan.
Good. What's up, girl?
Yeah. Okay, so President Biden is back at the White House after being in isolation from a bout with COVID. Now, he is expected to address the nation in a prime time today from the Oval Office. And of course, Black Information Network will have that address live on air. So be sure to check it out at binnews.com. This will be his first on-camera appearance since he dropped out of the 2024 presidential race on Sunday. Now, Biden told his campaign workers over the phone on Monday that dropping out was the right thing to do. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris, she has kicked off her presidential campaign with her first rally in the battleground state of Wisconsin. While speaking from Milwaukee, Harris came for former President Donald Trump. Let's hear more from VP Harris at her rally in Milwaukee.
California, I took on one of our country's largest for-profit colleges that was scamming students. Donald Trump ran a for-profit college that scammed students. In California, I took on the big Wall Street banks and held them accountable for fraud. Donald Trump was just found guilty of fraud on 34 counts.
You know, I want to see the vice president doing more free-flowing conversation, like go pop out on a couple of podcasts, you know, go do a couple of radio shows, because she's good with that kind of conversation. I've seen her give 2 speeches this week, and it's the same bars, you know, and which we know is good, because, you know, to be repetitive in a situation like this is certain things you want to stick in people's minds. But the way they're going to be scrutinizing her, the microscope they're going to have on her, you know, I want to see her having more free-flowing conversation, because you already saw that meme they got going around with. What's the line she repeats over and over? I can't remember the line right now. But
the thing about the bird and
yeah, yes.
Yeah, I was going to make that the positive note today.
Yeah, they got a 3-minute clip of her doing that already. So it's just like you don't want to see them do more of that. Oh yeah, what can be unburdened by what has been. Yes.
I'm speaking. So Harris quickly consolidated Democratic support to become the party's presumptive nominee this week, securing the delegate support and endorsement of top Democrats in Congress, Hakeem Jeffries and, of course, Chuck Schumer. And most artists and politicians a cease and desist for using their music, but Beyonce actually gave her the rights to her song Freedom to use on the campaign trail. Now, her campaign is currently vetting potential running mates for VP, most of which are from states Democrats need to win or to defeat Trump, like those battleground states. So the campaign is requesting vetting materials from several potential running mates to include Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro.
Let's go, Governor Shapiro. That's
North
my
Carolina
vote. Let's
Governor
go.
Roy Cooper, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, and Arizona Senator Mark Kelly. Sources also say Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear and New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy are also being considered. Yeah.
My vote is for Governor Shapiro.
Yeah, I like Shapiro.
That's
as
what
well.
I like Shapiro. And you said,
Can you tell me why?
Because, you know, I've had quite a few conversations with him. You know, he's been up here on the Breakfast Club. There's a great Breakfast Club conversation that you can go look at. And, you know, if you go look at what he's done in Pennsylvania, I love what he's done with probation reform. Mm-hmm. I think that was huge. I love what he's done with what they call it, the Second Chance Act, I think it's called, or the Clean Slate Act. But it's basically for, you know, people who have felonies, who've come out of prison and who are getting back into offenders and who've come back into society and are trying to do, you know, better. So I like what the stuff that he's done around that.
And it seems like he's not afraid to touch the people, even when it's not campaign season. Like, he's out there. He's going from place to place. So I really like the fact that he feels like you can talk to him. He feels like a normal person and not like a car salesperson to me.
Nice. That's definitely the type of politician we want. Former President Donald Trump says he will debate VP Harris, as she is the presumptive.
No, he won't.
He said he would, but let me get into it. He told reporters he'd be willing to debate Harris multiple times if she's nominated, as expected, during the Democratic National Convention that goes down next month in August on the 19th. Trump, however, suggested he would not participate in a debate hosted by ABC News, which was already previously scheduled when President Biden was expected to be in the race. Now, Trump is looking to debate on Fox, but there's no confirmation on that date. So like you said, he going to do it or he not going to do it.
And if they do it, I want them to do it with the same rules that they did the first debate. No audience, You know what I mean? Just them two. So it's no performing to any crowd. It's just all about the substance of the conversation. And you said Biden is addressing the nation tonight, right?
Yes.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
I'm glad he's doing that because
Yes,
there was a rumor going around yesterday that he had died. And they was trying to cover it up.
That he was in hospice. Or,
see.
I'd also heard that he was in hospice, but it's like he was just on the phone, guys, on Monday.
Yeah, but it's crazy, right? Because you got Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. She sent out a tweet saying she demands proof of life. I had some homies texting me yesterday saying they think he had died. I don't understand our need to believe everything but the truth nowadays.
We love the drama.
Yeah, but it's just things seem odd. Like the fact that, he announced that he wasn't going to do it through a tweet and didn't say it personally, and then we didn't see him for a couple of days. So people want to see him.
Yeah, because in isolation, that's what you're supposed to do.
He was in COVID. He had COVID.
For 8 days? For 7 days?
What do you mean? He announced Sunday.
Right.
But they announced that he was going in isolation like Friday or Saturday.
Yeah, he announced COVID Tuesday or Wednesday.
Was that early?
Yes, it was like Wednesday. And
I don't remember that.
But then he is 89 or 98.
And everything is through social media nowadays.
Not 98.
And guess what? In the tweets, if you read the tweets, he also said, I'll be addressing the nation in a few days.
Yeah.
So he said that.
People just want to see.
But to say he died, come on, bro.
People just want to see.
Yeah, that's doing too much.
Right.
Definitely doing too much. So yeah, just make sure y'all check out the address tonight from the Oval. And again, the Black Information Network will air that address, so you can check it out at binnews.com, or make sure you download that iHeartRadio app and check out Black Information Network. Hey.
All right. Well, thank you, Morgan.
Thank you. I was going to say, I got more coming up in the next hour. We're going to talk about the Secret Service some more.
All right. Well, everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get back in front page news. Good morning, Morgan.
Good morning, Bootfo. Anyways, U.S. Secret Service Director Kimberly Cheeto has resigned after facing mounting pressure from the Republicans and Democrats to step down following the assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. She testified before Congress earlier this week and provided few details on what happened at that rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, which upset many lawmakers. And in a post on X, President Biden thanked Cheeto for her service, public service, adding that she has selflessly dedicated and risked her life to protect the nation. He added that the independent review of the assassination attempt is ongoing. Now, President Biden will appoint a new Secret Service director. House Speaker Mike Johnson, he welcomed Cheeto's resignation, calling it overdue. Let's hear from him.
Our reaction, the immediate reaction to her resignation, is that it is overdue. She should have done this at least a week ago. I'm happy to see that. I'm happy to see that she has heeded the call of both Republicans and Democrats. We have to rebuild the American people's faith and trust in the Secret Service as an agency. It has an incredibly important responsibility in protecting presidents, former presidents, and other officials in the executive branch, and we've got a lot of work to do. The task force that we'll be putting together is going to be very important. As I said, they have three responsibilities: to investigate what happened, the debacle that happened 2 Saturdays ago, to hold those accountable.
They actually should have fired her. I'm shocked that she was even allowed to resign.
She definitely should have been fired. I mean, but we said that the first day, that the fact that everybody seen the shooter but the Secret Service is horrible.
So why, sit there and take questions from Congress if that this is essentially an the end of the road for you, whether you resign.
Lying.
It's like I'm not sure how that was gonna pan out.
I got a new conspiracy theory though. I think somebody gave him the gun on the inside because you can't even get into those events. Like they search you and everything. So how did he just get in with the rifle? Somebody had to give him the gun on the inside.
But no, but the inside where security was and the metal detectors were, he didn't have the gun in that area. He only had the meter. But outside the area, he had the gun. He wasn't in the area with the gun. He was outside the area with the gun.
He was outside the area with the gun.
They only did 100 yards. He was at 150 yards with the gun.
Oh, so he never came into the event.
Never came inside the event, but still there is a security perimeter to get close to. So I don't.
100 feet away.
100 feet away is where the Secret Service were, and then anything out of 100 yards away, they expect local police
Law
to do
enforcement.
it. Yeah, law enforcement to regulate that.
Secure that perimeter, absolutely. So Mike Johnson went on to say that Cheeto failed massively to protect Trump and rally goers in Butler, Pennsylvania. He also announced a bipartisan task force will investigate, as he mentioned in that audio, the circumstances surrounding the shooting. Now, Secret Service is encouraging former President Trump to hold rallies indoors. The Washington Post reports that officials told Trump's campaign to stop holding large outdoor rallies and other outdoor events with big crowds following that attempt on his life.
They quoted me in that damn Secret Service hearing, Andy Biggs from Arizona. I still don't have no idea why.
They quoted you and said
Hey,
what?
man,
They quoted
that
me.
big-
I don't know.
Big voice, big platform.
They just quoted me. Like, they quoted me. They was talking to the Secret Service lady, and he just started reading all of these things, and he was like, Charlamagne the God, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what?
Oh, you on their list.
Well, it happens.
You matter, and Black Lives Matter. So in other news, President Biden says
Morgan
Sonya
White.
Massey.
That sounds like a positive note. I'm going to use that today.
You matter and Black Lives Matter. But no, seriously, in other news, President Biden says that Sonya Massey should still be alive today. She's the Black woman who was shot to death by an Illinois sheriff's deputy after she called 911 because she thought an intruder was in her home. Now, in a statement, Biden said Sonya's family deserves justice and that people should be able to call for help without fearing for their lives. Massey's father and civil rights attorney, Ben Crump, are demanding justice. Let's hear from them.
These platitudes from people, you know you have my prayers and my sympathy. But you know what I want? I want justice for my baby.
Where is the humanity? Where is the training until we get justice for Sonya Massey? We rebuke this discriminatory criminal justice system in the name of Jesus.
So yeah, you know it's serious when you got a call on God. Sangamon County Sheriff's deputies Sean Grayson and another deputy went to Massey's home. In a released body cam video, he can be heard yelling at Massey over moving a pot of boiling water from the stove to the sink. He then threatens to shoot her in the face and screams at her to drop the pot before he opens fire. Now, Grayson has been charged with first-degree murder, aggravated battery, and official misconduct. A state's attorney says a review of the police investigation did not support the claim that Grayson was justified in his use of deadly force. Now, VP Harris called Sonya's death senseless and charged Congress to pass the George Floyd Justice in Policing Act, a bill that she co-authored when she was in the Senate. Now, the Department of Justice is opening an investigation into the deputy-involved shooting, and this was in Springfield, Illinois, by the way. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump also announced the probe, while also revealing that Massey's family has also met with Governor J.B. Pritzker and Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton. Yeah, so I was going to say, you mentioned that yesterday, Jess. How do you, that the mess has made the front page, Lord Jesus.
Yeah, most definitely. I think that it's sad, you know, that because she didn't need to be shot in the head, you know what I mean? She didn't. Yeah. She had like surrendered. She got down on her knees and threw her hands up and was like, all right, I'm sorry. And then he shot her after that, after pleading, you know, begging and pleading for her life.
But even if the cops did feel threatened, like they said they did, the first officer did it right. He took a step back and got out of danger. Like that's what you're supposed to do when you don't know what's going on. This other one, I'll shoot you in your effing face. Who talks to people like that?
He just wanted,
especially for someone that you said that calls for help. Well, you know, she called them for help.
Then that's the saddest part. The part that they came to the door and she said, "Don't hurt me.
Don't hurt me."
You know what I mean? And they were like, "Why would we hurt you? You
why
called
would we
us."
hurt you? Well, the one cop who stepped back said, "Why would we hurt you? You called us," and that was that.
They don't teach de-escalation tactics.
That is supposed to be taught. I covered that in the George Floyd, the trial for over the murder of George Floyd. That is taught. De-escalation tactics. That's what you want to do first when you arrive on the scene. But again, she called them for help. So, you know, if for anything, that goes back to securing the perimeter, securing everything. There could have been a cop that went in there and said, "Oh, there's water boiling on the stove. Let me turn that off."
Yeah,
let me turn it off. We're all sitting here with the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but you know, Sonya Mack does deserve justice. So, let's just switch things up on a lighter note, I guess. Y'all know Snoop Dogg. He will be the final bearer of the Olympic torch. So the mayor of the small Paris suburb, Saint-Denis, announced the rapper's participation in a post on X, the suburb where the Stade de France Olympic Stadium is located. Snoop Dogg will be part of NBC's coverage of the Olympics, so that should be exciting. Out, Snoop, don't take nothing overseas now.
Nah, Snoop got to light up a blunt on the torch, yo.
Oh,
Come on for the culture.
Wow.
You got to light a blunt on the Olympic torch, yo. Have your blunt already rolled.
Don't ever say for the culture.
Have a blunt already rolled. Use the torch flame to light it up. Take a puff. Woo! Come on, man.
Snoop gonna be like Brittany Griner. He gonna lock his ass up.
Right, like.
I was just about to say a quick Google search does indicate that as of July 16th, 2024, cannabis is illegal in France. So yeah, let's not
Google search. That's all these people gotta do when they go into these other countries. A quick Google search.
What if it's fake weed? What if it's not even real weed? He's just doing it as a prop because he's Snoop Dogg.
Optics.
Yeah, just the optics.
He loved to get black people in trouble. Jesus.
So, all right, guys. Just another reminder. Thank y'all. Just another reminder that, again, President Biden will address the nation tonight. So make sure you download the iHeartRadio app and listen live on BINnews.com. That's your front page news. I'm Morgan Wood, and you can follow me on social at Morgan Media. And, of course, for more news coverage, again, BINnews.com.
Wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.